I did not yell.
Oh,
I did give a few. What the hell are you doing? I did give a few.
We know you a busy man, Kobe, so we gonna jump right to it, man.
I'm gonna say Zion Little.
Do it in a swing?
I'm sick and sick with it, vision and lift it. Listen, just picture it, spit and deliver it. The time froze, under current, how the grind flows. Wrist flicking, said the bezels, got a mind blown. You know how to drop beat, everything's slow. You know how to drop beats and anything goes. Pull up to the spot, you might see the squad there. Pull up unannounced, then you might see your broad, yeah. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win while you're watching the shot clock. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win. Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? I do not know why it ended so early. I don't know why I'm putting on headphones because I'm being solo dolo today. It's just out of habit. But what's good, everybody? What's going on, man? I'd like to welcome everybody to the Shot 30 Clock. I am the creator of the Shot 30 Clock. That's what is your host, G-Day Hoop Scout, man. Not gonna be long on here today. Like I said, it's just me, man. Maybe King will join. Maybe I'll open it up for other people to join as well, man. On various topics, man. But I don't have a lot of topics, honestly. We always start with how was your weekend, man. Hope everybody had a blessed weekend out there this weekend. Hope those who played in like Rice Camp, Texas State, team camp, and then kids who went to their individual camps, your La Tex and A&M Corpus Christi, A&M Kingsville, and others. I hope that everybody did well, man. Hope everybody took care of business. And I hope everybody left some type of impression on the coach, wherever it is that they went. Like something on my face, but wherever it was, wherever they went, man. With that said, man, my weekend wasn't as busy as normal. And so I made a brief stint at the Rice camp. I wasn't there very long. I was just there for like 3 hours. And then I dipped and got up out of there, and I had to take care of some other business. But shout out to all those teams who I did get to see. I will mention those players. What's going on, Mr. Little? I will mention those kids that I did see who stood out to me that I seen. Some everybody already know, others maybe new faces. But I will definitely be talking about them later on. Real quick before we go any further, my guy Doug he's feeling a little bit under the weather, man. So make sure y'all lift up my guy Doug in y'all prayers, man. Hope that he get the feeling better. He got a big event coming up this weekend, the Doug's Dozens. So shout out to him and his event, man. I'm definitely gonna be swinging by. Got a lot going on this week. We're gonna get to that as well. But he's not feeling the best. Rob is busy doing something as well. And so I know this is gonna be the second week in a row, no Rob, but he should be back by next week for sure. The Baller Plug is out at MBPA Top 100 Camp out in Orlando, Florida right now. So that's where he is. Then D King, the college coach D King, he's kind of on his farewell tour. He's about to become busy here, especially when August rolls around. He's gonna be getting real busy. But his son has baseball, man. So shout out to King, man. And shout out to my guy Lil DJ as well, out there hitting them home runs, man, stealing bases. And playing in the daisies, man, picking up daisies out there in the field when the game's going on. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Y'all hop in, chime in, man. Let me know how y'all week was. Let me know where y'all gonna be this weekend, if it's gonna be at the Doug's Dozen, if you're gonna be at U of H team camp, or if you're going to an individual camp somewhere this weekend. Let me know. I know some teams is also going up to Austin to play in the Gasso. And I don't know if there's anything else going on the boys' side this weekend. I do know TABC girls is kicking off this weekend as well. So, but we're gonna get to those. We're gonna get to those. Big salute, big shout out to. Sorry, my phone. Big salute, big shout out to Shelton Henderson, man. Uh, we talked about him making Team USA. Went there, took care of business. They came back with that championship, man. Shout out to Sheldon Henderson and Team USA. U18 at the America Cup. That thing was lit. It was crazy. It was amazing. I watched every game, not just the games that they played, but I also watched when other teams played each other. You can catch all those games on the FIBA channel on YouTube. It's free. And so I know the girls is coming up here soon. If you want to catch that, it's on the FIBA channel on YouTube, man. You can go back and rewatch the games as well. But big shout out to Sheldon Henderson and them taking care of business. Daniel Jacobson was also on the roster. He was a former Jail 3 player also. Shout out to him, man. He's like 7'3" now. He was moving well. He was blocking shots, rebounding, putback machine, man. He looked really good out there also, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Team USA. They had some moments in some games. It was just that first half. It was really just the first half of basketball. That first half of basketball was rough for Team USA on some of those games. My guy Doug said, y'all better be at the Doug's Dozens this weekend, man. Y'all come out, pull up, support, man. It's going to be at C. King at No Middle School. Y'all come out, pull up, support my guy. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be in the building, man. Send y'all prayers also to my guy Doug, man, that he gets feeling better before his event this weekend, man. Having an event and not feeling the best that can't go hand in hand, man. We need him at 100%. But yeah, shout out Big Doug, man, my guy. But yeah, Team USA, a couple of those games, they had a rugged start, man. And especially that championship game, they crowd was nuts that first in the half quarter. I'll say the first quarter and then halfway through that second quarter. Like that was a hostile environment, man. They was out there like it was the what they call the soccer ain't called FIBA. But the soccer version of that, man. Hey, they had that stadium rocking. I wish I could have been there just to feel the vibrations of the atmosphere. It was crazy, but USA was just a little too much. Before we move on, I do want to talk a little bit more about just from, like I said, I watched all the games, not just when USA played, but when the other countries play the other countries as well in that U18 America Cup. The game is really physical when we cross that border. And that's not something that we fare well with. We're more athletic than them, have a better skill set per se than they do. A little bit quicker, a little bit I say athletic, a little bit quicker, but that's really it. Those guys can shoot the ball. Those guys are physical. When they set screens, not no screen in the air like we be seeing in all these AAU games. And I even seen some this weekend at the couple of race games that I was able to catch. We got to start putting bodies on people when we're screening, when we're playing defense. They were touching. They made sure to let the opponent know the fielding, bro. Like pause. They made sure that, hey man, like this ain't easy. There ain't no cakewalk, but we have to be more competitive with our play, and don't be so whiny. Anytime somebody like bumps you or make contact with you or foul you. So seeing the way that they play, the physicality to their game, as well as them being just fundamental, their footwork was really good. They wouldn't try to do too much on, like, you could tell, like, on some of the crossovers, like when A-Cuff was crossing and Fears and all them, like they kind of extend the ball a little bit more like your Iverson. These guys were straight on the hip and turn and go, plant and go, wasn't leading with their chest, letting their legs lead them, and it was just more about the quickness and the motion of it. Like that's just the fundamental of it. And so just on the fundamental side, they look good. Just we was too much. We was too athletic. We was too fast. Um, and I mean that was honestly really the difference to me. And we killed on the boards, man. Big shots out to Team USA, man. They cleaned house on the glass. Um, every rebound that goes to that athleticism. Every rebound we was up there getting it, snatching. Um, we had way more dunks than any other country. It was, but it was good to watch those other countries play each other and how they play the game of basketball. Just really fundamentally sound, man. Um, and then that watching that brought back the time when Luca did the interview and he was talking about it's harder when you played overseas because the defense is harder. It's harder to score the ball because the defense that the type of defense they play is like versus America is easier to score the basketball because the defense isn't as aggressive. Um, but other than that, man, Team USA, man, they was on there talking crazy in the comments. I wish I could read, um, some of the Spanish comments that they were saying, but I can't read it. The only reason how I know is because like the little bot will come up every once in a while and say, "Hey," they'll say, "Hey, like if you can't keep your comments clean, we're gonna kick you off, kick you out of here." And so it was yeah, Doug, that atmosphere was nuts, man. I honestly do wish I could have just been there just for that game alone, man, just to feel the vibration. They was jumping up and down like the soccer, the ole, 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 all that. Like they was going crazy in there. Um, but once again, man, big shouts out Team USA, man. If y'all haven't done so, please share the show, man. Share if you on the Facebook side, if you on YouTube, copy, share it to somebody, send it to them real quick. If you on Twitter side, make sure that you retweet it. Let's keep pushing these numbers. But yeah, it was a crazy atmosphere. Once again, shout out USA, shout out Sheldon Henderson, man, for bringing back that gold, man. And so not only did Shelton have, brought back some hardware and played really well, man. Shout out to Dorian Hayes, man. That kid has been playing some really good basketball lately. He's been hooping. Um, Me and Rob were doing the little player reveal. I forgot to release the 2026s and 2027 players. And so we're gonna redo that before the July live periods happen. We're gonna redo all of those 27s, 26, and 25s. The videos that we did, but we talked about Dorian in that video that we did back in that was April. And just talk about the impact and how he was gonna have a big kind of coming out party, man, before it even happened. So, but shouts out to that kid, man. He's been taking care of business. He's been playing really good basketball. He was hooping at Pangos. Heard he's been playing good so far at the NBPA Top 100 camp. So big shout out to Dorian Hayes, man, getting it done, man. I seen Kingston Fleming put somebody in the rim, nasty work. Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Shout out Sebastian Williams Adams. I seen he had a really good performance as well as the NBPA Top 100 camp. Almost went perfect from the field. So shout out to him, man. Just shout out to the Houston kids, the Texas kids out here getting it done. And hoping, man. Just big salutes to them. All right. Woo. With all that said, man, big weekend this weekend. TABC Girls is going to be going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday in College Station. I need to look at this. If I get approved for media, I may go up there, check out Lake Creek, man. Check out they squad. Last year I did a video for Cheney Spencer. Real close with the family. Pierce Spencer, I don't know if a lot of people remember that kid. Pierce Spencer, he played with Marlon Lowe. When Marlon Lowe had Texas Pro. Then he played with like a little makeshift team called Sandman Elite for his last year because Texas Pro had shut down. Went to Lake Creek. His dad was the head coach, man. Played Division I ball. And so I got close with that family when I had moved here. 2020, same class as my son. So they got a daughter who's really good, Cheney Spencer, man. Shout out Cheney. She be getting it done. She be hooping. I remember last year at the time when I filmed her, she didn't have any offers on the table. I'm not taking credit for any of this, but the family, they thanked me a lot because she didn't have no film. And so I put out the highlight film and then also just gave them the film, like full game footage. Um, but from that, she had, garnered some offers. And then this summer, she's been picking up lots of offers. So shout out Cheney Spencer. She could hoop, man. She can go. Big salute to to the Spencer family, man, out there in Montgomery, out at Lake Creek High School. So girls CABC, Side Springs is reloaded, man. Everybody's back pretty much. I know G Dot's not on here, but I want to say they're probably the favorite just to win state this year. I'm hearing that the Dallas girls side of basketball is not what it was. The Subtle's not what it was. Duncanville's not what it was. Side Springs is it this year. So Side Springs, let's get it done. Let's bring that ship on back, man. I know it's early. I know it's just TABC. But interested to see what those ladies is going to be able to do over there at Side Springs. We got Doug's Dozen this weekend. Make sure y'all pull up, man. I definitely will be in attendance. I'll be in the building. Just waiting for the schedule to drop. Whenever the schedule drop, I'll make sure I share it with you, Mr. Little. Mr. Little's like, send me Doug's schedule. Schedule hasn't dropped yet. To my knowledge, it hasn't dropped yet. But when it drops, and I get to see who's playing who, and I get to make my schedule as far as what I'm going to watch and sit there and see. It's going to be lit, man. Doug's Dozen, his event is always a fun event. It's always a good environment. It was last year where we was in the hot box, but the games were still good. We just was in the hot box over there at the playground. But besides that, it was still a good event, man. So shout out to my guy Doug. I'm definitely gonna be there to support the event, man. Talk about some kids. Hopefully I see some of y'all in the building as well. Then you also got U of H team camp going on this weekend as well. I don't know who's playing, don't have a schedule. I'll hit up Kellen later to see if he can get the schedule. I meant to try to get the schedule beforehand, but so salute to whoever's playing over there, U of H as well. U of H team camps going on. And then I don't know if there's any individual camps, like I stated earlier, but if there is any individual camps that is going on, taking place, I hope that y'all go there and y'all take care of business. Listen, man, I don't want to say that. Okay, let me catch myself. When you go to these camps, you're not there to make friends. People you may know, they ain't your friends. Hey, you there to bust people ass. That's what you there to do. You there to leave a mark. And so when you go to these individual camps, leave a mark. But don't try to do things that you normally don't do. Do the things that you're good at. Be productive at it. Finish at a high rate. Leave an impression on the coach that makes that coach be interested and be like, oh man, okay, maybe I'm gonna go check this kid out at TABC. I'm gonna catch him during the live periods. That's what you want to do at these camps. You want to leave the impression. You want to make those coach want more. And so don't be in there. Don't be trying to be all buddy. Don't be like, oh man, that's so and so. Listen, man, we got to get past that stage. We got to get past that. None of that matters, man. None of it matters. Go there, do what you're supposed to do, take care of business. And if you garner anything from the situation, hey, big shots out. If not, you just wasted your money, man. Just let's be real on that aspect of it. You wasted your money and your time. You could have been doing something else. If you're not gonna be serious, if you're not gonna go there with a killer mentality, if you don't think that everybody in front of you is your competition, then you just going to camps for fun. That's wasting time. That's just my opinion. And I'll die on that hill. I will. Um, also, which that kind of segues into what I'm about to say about these rankings that everybody's getting so up in arms and upset about. Um, okay, I get it. Trust me, I understand. Y'all want to see the numbers on kids to have a target to try to be like, oh, I played against, I went against Doug Jones. Doug was number 1, and they got me, G-Day at number 40, and I played Doug, and I had a better game than Doug that game. You know, I stole the ball from Doug 2 or 3 times. You know, Forrest lightly. Man, the name's long. But this dude was there. He's ranked number 2. You know, I was holding him down. Blah blah blah. Listen, man. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Okay, I did that. Does that change my ranking? That was one game. But then the next game, I'm playing against somebody who's not even ranked at all, right? And I'm stinking it up. I'm playing horrible. I'm not playing good. Nothing I do is translatable to the next level as far as basketball. So can I honestly sit here and cry about that I outperformed so and so because I got up for that game, but then when I'm playing somebody else, oh, it just is what it is. We got to get, once again, we have to get out of this mentality, man. This is why we announced on the very first show in September that we was not going to do rankings no more because it's hurting the community in basketball because too many people are worried about the number and trying to chase a number instead of trying to be the best player. You're supposed to be the best player that you can be. Not why are you trying to compare yourself to somebody who's a peer, bro? Like we're not comparing ourselves to peers. I'm chasing most people in this basketball game is chasing scholarship to go to school are trying to chase the number one thing they're chasing, let's be real, is NBA. Almost every kid is chasing NBA dreams. Okay, that's hard. That's really hard to get to. I'm gonna chase a college dream. That's hard also. That's not easy, but it's easier to get a college scholarship than it is to go to the NBA. And so I'm chasing the opportunity to be able to graduate from college debt free, not owing anything, possibly with today making some money through NIL. And if I'm not that good, I can still garner some type of a scholarship, maybe, or some grants that kind of covers almost all my expenses and play small school basketball at a D2 in AIA or D3. And there's nothing wrong with that at all and still graduate with minimum debt and get some type of advance started on my life when I embark on adulthood. That's the goal. That's what we should be chasing. That's what you should be obtaining. Not who has this number, who has that number. Y'all show me where they do a college player ranking. I want somebody to tweet it out, text it to me, whatever, where they sit there and they rank all the college players. They do the top 100 college players and they rank them. Y'all send me that, please. And then when I see that, then I'll start doing rankings again publicly. I'll do it again when I see that colleges, when they do rankings of college players who's playing college ball in any sport, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, softball, whatever it is. Y'all show me the ranking. The only college sport that has a ranking system for individuals is golf, tennis, track and field, because those are individual sports. It still has a team concept to the sport because you can win as a team, but the individual is being highlighted more so in those sports than the team concept. But basketball, football, baseball, softball, soccer, you have good individuals, but the team is highlighted more so. than the individuals. If you're a really good individual, then the pro scouts are going to come watch you. They'll come watch you, and if you're good enough, they'll put you on their board. It just is what it is. We got to start worrying about these rankings and start worrying about the numbers. And we got to treat everybody. We got to treat everybody like there's somebody to chase after. If that's the only way that you can play, I can speak on me as a player. So me, when I was slim, not this big, when I was slim, and I knew I wasn't the best player, but you couldn't nobody tell me that I wasn't. That was my mentality. That was my attitude. That's how I carried myself. That's how I approached every game that I played. Football, basketball. I'm the best out here. And that's how you got to be. You got to treat everybody like everybody's in front. Like this man's in front of me. I don't care who you are. Even though I know I'm going to drag you. I'm going to drag you just because that's what I'm supposed to do. If it's somebody tough, I'm still going to try to drag them. It doesn't matter. We have to stop playing down to competition and then expecting some type of different result. No, you have to kill and demolish everybody who's in front of you. You have to have that type of attitude in any aspect. You can still, once it's over, you can be like, okay, hey man, what's up, man? We boys, blah, 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 blah. But even after it was over for us, we were still, I'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna pick on Coach Vargas real quick. My guy, Coach Vargas. Hey man, Coach V. Hey bro. Hey man, I killed you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you was out there weak. We can talk like that to each other and not get mad, not get upset. Y'all do that today, y'all ready to fight. You ready to fight and you got excuses why I was able to drag you in that game. Say we could talk the trash and I'm gonna drag you again next week. I'm gonna kill you next week. Every time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. We could talk like that to each other and take it personal on the court, but not personal outside the court. We gotta get better. We gotta get tougher. It's about competition, man. And that's why when I do my events, the Prospect Expo, it keeps growing because it's a combine, but then after the combine, it's competition time. It's not a camp. Ball So Hard would never do a camp for high school kids. Maybe for some elementary, middle school kids, maybe in the future. But a high school player, it's all about a showcase for individuals because you have to show me what you can do and what you have, because it's my job to be able to go to college coaches and tell them ABC, XYZ. But if you can't show me ABC and XYZ, what's the point? You could be the best, twing. You could be the best drill guy at a camp. We see it all the time. Kids who's really good at drills, they're really good at when you get to all the skill work, you're doing all this and you're doing the 3-on-3. And tell me what school's going to offer you based off 3-on-3 basketball. Do they play 3-on-3 basketball? Yes, because now it's an Olympic sport. But what universities actually do 3-on-3 and offer scholarships? I haven't seen any yet. I see college kids going and playing 3-on-3 during the summertime and form little teams and playing little tournaments for money and all that stuff. But there's no actual 3-on-3 team that has an actual season in college and they're going to offer you a scholarship for 3-on-3. And so, yeah, you the best 3-on-3 player at the camp. But now when we get 5-on-5 and we ain't able to spread that court out as much, look a little different out there when you can't dribble 1,000 times to get to where you're going. Competition, get better. That's what it's about. You do all that on your own time. But anytime you step foot in the gym for a game or for a Ball So Hard event as the top 80 showcase that's going to take place on Monday, you got to bring that A++ game. You have to. If not, I mean, it just is what it is. We're gonna call a spade, bro. We're gonna be honest and real with you. And Doug, that's what you're saying is right, and it's sad that it's that way. You shouldn't only play really good when it's a name in front of you, man. Man, you know, hmm, we use this kid as an example all the time. Shout out to my guy Justin Bagg, man. But every guard that is 6 foot and smaller in that class of 2024, anytime they pad a game against Justin Bagg, it brought out the best of them every time. And then they felt, well, he going D1, I should go D1. No, that is not how this works. You have one good game. He's had lots of good games on a national stage, not just locally. We're so caught up on the here and now. If you can't be consistent locally, you have no chance on going to produce nationally. Yep, that's another kid, Mr. Jordan. Every kid looks at Montana and they're like, "Oh man, he's small guard. I'm a small guard." Everybody's not equal, man. Mr. Jordan does a great job with content, footage, taking pictures, but we're not equal. I can't. I'm not a good picture taker like Mr. Jordan is. I'm not mad. If y'all did a cameraman ranking, I wouldn't. I gotta become #1, man. Blah blah blah. I hear parents say it all the time, man. This the best cameraman. This the best. It's only who they rocking with at that time is the best cameraman. He the best cameraman. He doing it the right way. And I just be like, hey man, shout out, cause that's my guy. Hey, go get that money. Stop worrying about these numbers on these rankings. Just play basketball. Get better. Showcase your skills when the time is right. Which is every time you step on the court in a game. Whenever it's a game, 5-on-5, showcase the skills. That's when you showcase your skills. It don't matter who's lined up across from you. Doesn't matter. And I only say that to also say this. Like the top 80 invitations were sent out, right? I'm giving everybody to Wednesday is like the deadline. But I started announcing kids today, right? Like I announced the class 2027 kids who did confirm. As I'm announcing kids, now a bunch of kids want to play now. All of us, because they're seeing who's playing. So now that they see, these kids pretty good, I want to play now. No, listen, this is not how it's going to work. It's not going to work like that. This is not what I'm trying to create. I'm sorry, this is not an event for everybody to just sign up freely. I have that. It's called a Prospect Expo. It's going to be in September. You can come. You can sign up for free. You can get you a good bump in. It's also a combine. So you're going to put up 75 shots within a matter of probably like 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to do vertical. We do vertical testing, max vert, standing vert. We get your wingspan, your height, your weight, shuttle run, agility run, quarter court sprint. We do all the NBA combine drills. We do all of them. I give all those measurables to college coaches. Then you play in scrimmage games. We take stats. We eval. And at the end of the day, we tell you what you're not good at, what you need to improve on from the combine as well as being a basketball player. We tell you what you need to improve on. We don't tell you what you're good at. We have guys like Doug there. We had Ant Bates there. I had Coach Carter there. Had all these guys there writing evals on what kids weren't good at. And then I send that to the parents. I don't put who wrote it. I just say, this is what your son needs to work on. This is what he needs to become better at. Some people get upset. Some people take it and they get better. I'll use a kid, for example, Mason Donald took it, got better. He improved on the things that we said he needed to improve on, being more vocal, being more of a leader, being more in control of the game, and not just being a sidekick. He took it, he ran with it, he's gotten better. And just doing those little things have enhanced his game on the floor. He goes to Kuntz High School. We've done it for lots of kids. Chris Adams, he's going D1 next year. Did it for him. Michael Swanigan, who's at Foster as a freshman, came in. We did it for him. Had a monster sophomore season the following year in high school. Why? Because we're about kids getting better, man. Getting better. Yeah, Mason Donald has been killing this summer. He has. Doug was there at the Prospect Expo. Doug has seen him multiple times this summer. Totally different kid. If we can't be real with kids and with parents on what kids need to get good at, how they need to become better, then we are doing a disservice and we're not helping the basketball community. We got to stop coddling people. We got to just be straight shooters and be real. You have to in this, not just, let me not say in this, in everything, you have to have tough skin, because there's always going to be things that people want to say and people are going to do that you do not like. But you can't always go run and cry about every single thing. You have to learn how to become problem solvers and how to get better. We have to get better. We have to be better as a basketball community, and we have to be better as people. Wise person once told me, what's the point of complaining if you're not going to do anything to try to make a change? If you're not going to try to make a change, there's no point of you complaining about anything. That's like talking to the wall, expecting for the wall to say something back to you. But yeah, man, I didn't mean to, prolong that, go on a tangent about that, man. TABC girls this weekend, College Station. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Doug's Dozen this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Be there. U of H team camp is this weekend. I think it's just Saturday, Sunday. It could be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not sure. Make sure you get there, man. Top 80 Expo. Wrong event. Prospect Expo is in September. Top 80 Showcase. This Monday. Okay. Doug said it's Friday. It's Friday and Saturday. Okay. All right. Top 80 Showcase. It's this Monday. If you receive the invitation, get it done. Wednesday, I'm shutting that thing down. It just is what it is. We're going to rock with those who signed up. Not complain about who signed up, who didn't sign up, who had. It's been kids with crazy excuses on why they can't do things. Okay, it's cool. We'll just keep it moving. But let's get better as a community. Let's get better as people, and let's start being honest with one another, and let's stop liking to be lied to, man. Because somebody's gonna tell you the truth somewhere down the road anyway. Might as well take it now and accept it now, for what it is, man. A couple kids that did stand out. I said I was gonna say this. Let me go ahead and mention this real quick. A couple of, like I said, I wasn't at the Rice camp very long. I was just there for like 3 hours and I dipped. I was gone. A couple kids I seen stood out. Christian Gibson looked really good. Jamal Cretan played really well basketball. They added a kid, Austin, at point guard from Springwoods, transferred over. Adding him helps May Creek out a lot. It takes the ball pressure off of Jamal and Christian because they have another ball handler. He's quick, fast. They also had Taseby. He also ran with them this weekend at the Rice camp. Crosby as a team is going to be really good. they didn't really have no standout kids, man. Crosby gonna be scary when the season comes. Crosby High School, man. If y'all are listening, hey, y'all gonna be one of them 5A teams to beat this year, man. Y'all gelling early. I hope that y'all keep that up. I hope that don't nobody get big headed and start thinking it's about them. If y'all continue to play as a team, y'all gonna be tough, man. Y'all gonna be solid. I like the look of Crosby this year, man. From what I've seen so far, let me say that. Oh, got my guy D1 Hornets on here. From what I've seen so far, I like what I'm seeing, man. If they keep playing as a unit, where when you play like that, it makes it hard to key in on one person. But if they keep playing like that, they're gonna be tough, man. They're gonna be really good. So shout out to Crosby, man. Yeah, Doug, that's right. They not in the put out the memorial and all that no more. And we got to remember last year Crosby would have made the playoffs too. But some things transpired. But they would have made the playoffs. So shout out to Crosby, man. Hopefully everything goes smooth for him this year. No hiccups. They're gonna make a nice little run. It's gonna be interesting also to see how this D1, D2, man. I still don't know how I feel about it. I'm interested to see how it's gonna look, but I still don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, man. But yeah, see, that's the thing, Coach Bondage. Like, it depends if they go D1 or D2. It depends. So if they finish top 4 within their district, I don't know everybody's population of their school. I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't know everybody's population of their school. That's something I'm gonna have to dig into. And hit y'all with that probably the last show of the season. That last weekend in July before we take the whole month of August off. Hit y'all with that probably that last weekend in July or that first September Sunday when we come back. But yeah, man. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they finished strong, man. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. I really like that Crosby team, the look of them. BJ Green with Manville. BJ Green looked good with Manville. They didn't play the freshmen a lot, but when they did put some of they didn't. So all of them didn't play. So Manville has won the middle school championships back to back as 7th grade team as an 8th grade team. 2 of those freshmen from that team was on the varsity team this weekend at Rice Camp. When they did put them kids in, those 2, they played a lot better. And so they're gonna have to figure out how to get them. I know the actual coach wasn't coaching, but they're gonna have to figure out how to get them kids involved, man. Those kids are winners. Got to get them involved somehow. And they was making an impact too, as incoming freshmen playing in those games. The times when they did get in the games. So shout out, BJ Green over at Manville and the 2 freshmen who was playing. I know one of them last name was the Okafor kid, and I can't remember who the other kid was. What his last name is that was playing. That was an incoming freshman, 2028. Mario James from Fort Bend Kempner. Man, that kid was like a highlight machine, man. But it was more so like putback dunks, man. He caught one. It looked almost like the Sean Kemp poster when Sean Kemp almost touching his foot and the ball way down there. He caught one like way back here and threw that thing down. He probably about 6'6" too. Stupid athletic man, kid named Mario James from Kempner, uber bouncy. he was challenging everything on the defensive side, man. I want to make sure I check them out also to see that kid again. Royce Shelton played really solid for Side Park. Angelo Reyes played. He shot the ball good also for them. And then they have an incoming freshman, Joshua Augman, nephew of Stacy Augman. Athletic, wiry, bouncy, dunking the ball in the game. 2028 kids, about 6'2". He adds a nice spark to that squad, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do also in the season. And then Fort Bend Crawford, man, Alvin Mosley. Hey man, that kid gets it done. Gets it done. I was sitting there with Coach Isles, man. Just talking about the various kids. He got 2 freshmen, also incoming freshmen, who's gonna be playing big minutes for them. This is gonna be their first year as a varsity program. This is Fort Bend Crawford, new Fort Bend school. But Alvin Mosley, he runs with Coos Elite in the summertime, that Coos Elite 15U, with Reese Austin, Broderick, and them. Man, he was getting to the rim with ease. He absorbs the contact, finishes through the contact. He can knock down the 3-pointer. He was hit mid-range. Very comfortable going either way. Man, he had his way, man. He had a 30 plus point game, the game that I watched him play, man. Then after that, man, I bounced, man. So I didn't get to really watch as much as I normally would because I had some other things that I had to do and take care of. And it just was one of those weekends where I had things that I need to take care of. And so I didn't watch too much basketball. But those are some kids who really stood out to me, man, at the Rice team camp, man. Interesting to see. I wrote down to make sure I check out those teams at TABC as well. TABC is going to be fun. I know next week we're going to talk a lot about TABC. We'll recap the top 80 showcase because that's in the morning time. And so we'll come on here, recap that, and then the whole show is going to be about TABC showcase, man. What matchups we looking forward to seeing. Just from that standpoint, man. TABC is always fun. It's always a good time, especially for us on the scout side, man. Get to rub elbows with a lot of the coaches, get to pick their brains, get to pick the heads, get to watch their facial expression. It's one thing to pick a coach's head over a phone. It's another thing to pick their head when they're sitting there right in front of you, man. Some coaches have really good poker faces, and other coaches it's kind of easy to see through them, man. So that's always fun, man. That's always a good time. And I always leave with new contacts for coaches, man. I'm one of the biggest beggars at TABC. I don't like to beg y'all as parents or people like to come play in my event, man. Sign up, man. And it sucks that we even have to do those things. But at TABC, I'll be on them coaches, man. All right, man, you need to come over here. You need to come check out this game. You need to come check out him. You need to check out him. You need to check out him. Oh, man, I'm going to try it. I ain't got time. But coach, come on, man. Coach, give me 10 minutes, man. And sometimes the kids think it up, and other times the coach be like, okay. All right, man, maybe I'll make an adjustment. And so, hey, this is my closing statement to those kids, man. When you see me walk in the gym, and if I'm walking in and I'm talking to a coach, man, y'all better bring it, man. If I'm bringing it, y'all gotta bring it, bro. Gotta go hand in hand, man. I need y'all to match my energy, man. I can't be bringing the coach in and you stinking it up, making me look bad. That makes it tough for me, man. So I need y'all to bring it at TABC. I need Houston to walk away looking like the Dons of Texas basketball. Man, and that's all I got, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Hope to see y'all this weekend at Doug's Dozen. Cause that's where I'm gonna be at. I may shoot over to TABC girls on that Thursday. If I get approved as media, because I do want to catch Chaney Spencer. She already hit me up Was like, hey, let's run it back again, talk about it on the film. And so hopefully I can catch your games on Thursday, man. My boy Doug, get ready for the top 80 showcase on that Monday. Man, and I guess answer some phone calls throughout the week, man. I didn't get no AAU phone calls this week. Thank you. It's been some people upset about other things, but I kind of talked to those people. But it's good that I didn't get no AAU phone calls, man. We should be focused on high school basketball right now and getting prepared for TABC, the biggest live period in the country. The biggest live period. 494 teams participating. Over 4,000 kids are players playing in this event. It is the biggest event. The event has the most teams, the most players. And that's why other states want to get in on it. If they start letting these other states in, y'all gonna be crying for real. If they start letting these Link Academies and all these other schools who's trying to get in here, if they start letting them come in here and play, man, y'all gonna be upset because it's gonna take a lot of attention away from y'all kids. They start letting some of these powerhouse high schools, not just the preps, some of these powerhouse high schools, come in here, man. But until the next time, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all make sure that y'all bless somebody. It don't always have to be financially. It could be kind words, man. You just never know what type of day somebody's having or who's going through what. Man, it's been fun. It's been real, man. Until next time, hey, before I go, if you have not taken care of that business, take care of your business. Talking to the players, and I'm talking to coaches as far as players for the top 80 showcase, coaches for the Shot Clock Invitational. Let's take care of business. Hey, until the next time, man, we out. I'm gone. Peace.